Hey y'all, welcome back to South Alabama Piper. I'm Lance, your host, and I got a lot to talk to you about today. And yes, no Cobb today, as you can see, but I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. I want to tell y'all a little bit about our trip we had, and we got back to the grind today, back to work, back to school. From the Mardi Gras break. I spoke a little bit about Mardi Gras in another video. And we usually go somewhere to escape Mardi Gras. We don't do Mardi Gras, and there's a good reason for that. There's always, almost always, guaranteed shootings or violence or something at Mardi Gras. It has been almost every year. Matter of fact, this year I think there was, at least that I know of, 2 different nights or 2 different days there were shootings. And a lot of it is for no reason at all. It's just senseless. Nobody has any value for anybody's life anymore. But I want to talk to y'all a little bit about our trip we had. We had a good trip. The Lord blessed us with a safe trip there and back. And we left out early Saturday morning. And once we got away from home a little bit, got out of our local radio channel range, I started flipping through satellite radio and got over to Prime Country. And lo and behold, they were having a tribute to Toby Keith. Now, y'all know how much I love Toby Keith. I had a video about him, and so that made the drive even that much better. Was able to listen to that all the way. It's about a 8-hour drive or so from where we're at up to Pigeon Forge. Of course, with kids, sometimes it might make it 9.5 or 10 hours. If y'all got kids, you know how that goes. But we got up there at a decent time, got checked into the motel. We didn't stay, most of the time we'll stay at a nice cabin or something, but since we were only going for a few days, we didn't spend a whole lot of money on a cabin. We stayed at Econo Lodge, which may sound crappy or cheap or whatever, you know what I mean, but it was a nice, really nice motel. You know, the room was nice, kitchenette, little microwave, all that stuff, little refrigerator, you know, and indoor heated pool and hot tub, which, I mean, we only stay, you know, only somewhere to lay our head down anyway, so we wasn't too much worried about that. Of course, the kids, you know, got to swim and all, so they enjoyed that because it was raining a couple of days up there. But luckily, the rain held off enough for us to get some stuff done that they wanted to do. So when we got up there, got checked in, let the kids swim for a little bit, and then we had tickets to go to the Dixie Stampede that night. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Stampede now, not the Dixie Stampede anymore. Sorry, y'all, for whatever reason that is, but I'm so used to calling it that. It's been that way for years. But anyway, went to that. If you've never been, it's really good. It's a nice dinner show. The food is super good. You know, they serve you food while you watch the show. It's kind of a horse type show. They have horses and stuff and do little different things out there. but the kids enjoy it, and the food's really, really good. And so I went to that, had a good time there, got back to the motel. After that, of course, the kids, they wanted to swim some more, so we did all that. Got up the next morning. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell y'all, on our way there, or once we got into Pigeon Forge, right before we got to our motel, I just looked over and I seen a Black Rifle Coffee Company brick and mortar store. Now, I don't know if I've spoken of this before, but I love my Black Rifle Coffee Company. And that's what I drink all the time. You can actually get it from Walmart, or you can go on their website and get it. If you don't know anything about Black Rifle Coffee Company, they're veteran owned. They support our veterans, our military, our first responders, and I think a portion of the proceeds goes back to the veterans or something like that. And I mean, I love their coffee. I buy it, I make it in my regular coffee pot at home. They've got, dark, medium, light roast, all that stuff. They even have like I think like the cold coffee type espresso deals too, you can buy those. But I didn't even know that they had brick and mortar stores. And so I just had to go through there. And so I went through there and I was talking to the guy, and he said, I think he said they have 11 in the US right now, but they're starting to build more. And I mean, they've even got like breakfast sandwiches and that kind of stuff, So my thing is, let's do away with all these Starbucks. I don't support Starbucks. I don't like what they stand for. I don't really like their coffee. We don't do Starbucks. Okay? Some of y'all may love Starbucks. If I offend you, oh well, everybody's got an opinion, but we don't do Starbucks. All right? I say we get rid of all these Starbucks, bring in Black Rifle Coffee Company. They're patriotic. They love our veterans, our first responders. You even get a discount if you're a first responder, veteran, or active military. You get a discount, and most of the time, I don't know if every time, but I know most of the time, like when you get your receipt, if you go on there and take a quick survey, you get a free 12-ounce coffee. So that's pretty good too. So I was really excited to see that. Never knew that even existed, but I'm glad to know that now. So anyway, I went there, found that out. We went to, if you've never been to the Apple Barn, that place is awesome. I can never go up there and not go eat breakfast at the Apple Barn. Their food is amazing. It's more than just a restaurant. I mean, they got the winery in there. They got all kind of stuff. It may actually be called the Applewood or something like that. I don't know, but it's amazing. That's my favorite place up there. Every time I go, I have to go in there. And they have the apple fritters and apple butter, so good. So we went and ate there, and it was pretty rainy. Well, we had a break in the rain that morning, so we got through eating, and we took the kids to go horseback riding. Of course, my last video, that's, if y'all have seen it, that's where I made that video while we had a break in the rain. And so the wife and the kids did that. Went horseback riding. We come back down, and they like to do I think it's called the mountain coaster. There's a bunch of them up there. You get in this little sled looking deal, and you come down the mountain. It's kind of sketchy looking. It could be, I guess, but I've done it before, but it's pretty fun. And so they did that. And I think right after they got through doing that, it had started raining again. So we drove around for a little bit, just looking at different stuff, and then we decided to go back to the motel for a little while, let them swim. They wanted to swim. So while it was raining and all, we had a couple of hours left to kill. So took them back, let them go swimming, and we had tickets that night to go. It's another one of Dolly Parton's shows. She has a lot of these dinner shows. It's another dinner show. It's called the Pirates. I think it's Pirates Voyage. First time we had ever been to that one. I think it's fairly new. And from what I'd heard from everybody, they talked about how great it was, and they were right. It was really, really good. The kids loved it. And it was a real exciting show. If you get a chance to go to that, go. I mean, the food was great as usual at most of these dinner shows I've ever been to. And it was an awesome, awesome show. So if you get the chance, go see that. And we didn't go to Hatfield and McCoy's show this time. We've been before, and it's really good too. But we didn't get a chance to go this time. And so on our last day, we got up, went and ate breakfast at it's called the Frizzled Chicken. Yeah, Frizzled Chicken. And they got really good food in there too. But all along the top, above the booths and stuff, all around, they've got little animated chickens and stuff. They've got funny names for them, like a famous people, but they changed the name a little bit. It's real funny. And like every so often, every 15 or 20 minutes or something, they'll do like a little song type deal, a little cluckety cluck song or whatever, you know. It's pretty cool. The kids really enjoy that. It's a fun little place to eat. And so we went and ate there. We left and we decided to go. That's the only day that we actually went into Gatlinburg. If you've never been to Gatlinburg, it's more of a go park and walk around type town. Most of those places, I think probably all of it, I don't really know, but most of it you have to pay to park. They got parking lots here and there. You pay to park, and you just walk around and shop and stuff type deal, you know. And so we took the kids to Gatlinburg. It's O-B as in boy, E-R, Gatlinburg. They've got, you go way up the mountain, and they've got like skiing and snow tubing and ice skating, and they got some stuff to do inside. The ice skating's inside, but you got the snow tubing and the skiing and all this time of year. The snow was starting to melt up there some now, so some of the slopes I think were closed. And so we went up there to do that, and of course after a while it started raining, so we came inside, let them do some stuff inside, and then after a little while we left and we went on down. They actually have a big, I guess it's like a air tram, a trolley, whatever they call it. You get in and it's on cables, and it takes you to go down the mountain. It'll go to downtown Gatlinburg. You can get out, go walk around. Of course, I wouldn't do it on a rainy day like we had. But you get out, go walk around, and I think that runs till probably like 9 o'clock at night or something. Go do what you want to do, come back, get on it, and take you back up there. Good to go. That, you know. And so, but anyway, we left, went down the mountain, got down there, and this is where I get to the good part. I finally got to go to the Gatlinburlier. Now, if y'all seen my couple of previous videos, y'all don't know how excited I was to get to go to the Gatlinburlier. My first ever brick and mortar store that I've been in, and I was super excited. So, of course, it was raining pretty heavy at this point. Well, so the wife and kids didn't really have it, you know, they wasn't going to get out and go walk around at different shops and stuff because it was flooding rain. So we pulled up there. I jumped out of the car to go in, and they were just going to ride around and just circle around and stuff, you know. So I went in, and I got to meet Mr. Richard in there. What a great guy he is. Man, full of knowledge, just a super nice guy. And it was so amazing just to walk in there, just the atmosphere, the smell. It was fantastic. I told him that I was looking to pick out my first briar pipe and a couple of good blends, and he helped me so much. If you hadn't checked out his YouTube channel, it's called The Dread Tiger, Tyger. I'll try to link it below. Go check his channel out. He's a great guy to listen to. But he pulled a pipe down. I looked at it. You know, I kind of liked it, but I kept, from the time I walked in and looked on the wall, there was one that kept catching my eye. And so we talked, you know, he talked to me a little bit about different stuff, about the pipe and stuff. And I told him, I said, I really like that one on the top, you know, above the one he pulled off. He looked, he said, you know what? He said, I believe you picked out the best one. And I think he was right. I mean, just look at that. It's so, look at the craftsmanship, so pretty. I mean, it smokes great. Clenches well, it's light. I mean, I absolutely love this pipe, and I'm so glad that I got to pick out my first briar from the Gatlinburlier. Thank you, Mr. Richard. I really appreciate all your help, and keep up the good work, sir. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Johnny Onion, he said to tell you hello. I told him you said hello, so he said to tell you hey. And matter of fact, I got my pipe, and let me pull this out here. Try not to make too much noise. So I got my pipe and my cord, and y'all may know this. Some of y'all may know this. This was my first ever experience with a brick and mortar, so I was pretty excited either way. I don't know if they all do this, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. I picked out a pipe sock. And he threw these in with me, pipe cleaner in this little sleeve here, along with this pipe nail. I'm using that today. Here's the blends I got. This Cage Cove Cavendish, which is what I'm smoking right now. Awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And then I told him just to give me one more, whatever he recommended, throw me something in there. Haven't tried this one yet, but it's the Gatlinburlier. I think, oh, wait a minute. Gatlinburlier, I'm sorry, Gatlinburlier, if you can see that right there. Great smell. I haven't tried that yet. And he also threw in some matches. So, there you go. Gatlinburlier. And so I'm telling you guys, if you haven't been to the Gatlinburlier, if you ever get up that way, or just make it a point to make a special trip to get, you know what I mean? But if you get up that way, go by there and see Mr. Richard. I'm telling y'all, super great guy. That was the best part of my trip. I mean, you know, I like to see my kids have a good time and all too, but yeah, that was really the only thing that I really had intentions of doing. So I don't want to make this video too terribly long. I wanted to tell y'all a little bit about my trip. And mainly about the Gatlinburlier. I'll definitely be going online and ordering from him in the future. He's got a lot of nice stuff on his website. Check it out. And we're almost at 100 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. It really does mean a lot. So if you would, just hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment down there. And let me know if you've ever been to the Gatlinburlier and your experience. Or your experience with Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg. You know, the things you'd like to do or some stuff that we may not have done yet. We'd like to try to go every year. I'd much rather go there than go to the beach or somewhere like that, which I mean, I live not even, 45 minutes from the beach anyway, so the beach is not a huge thing to me. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to do up there. And anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I don't want to get it too long, y'all. But be the reason somebody smiles today. You know, I think it was Claire Pooley who said, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." And I try to live by that. You know, I'm not perfect, and I know I'm not always kind. You know, if you're not feeling well or whatever, but you don't know what kind of day somebody else is having. You know, you may just try to be the reason that they smile today. You know, they may be having a bad day or whatever. We don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. So until next time, guys, I appreciate it. And just remember, faith, family, freedom, piping. God bless y'all.